Well, the name is Walter P. George. And I was born in Winona, New Jersey. I'd never been a Christian. I never believed in enlisting into the, I was afraid I would get into the army, where you would have to, as a Christian, would have to shoot other gentlemen or other men, like the Germans. I would have to shoot them. And being a Christian, I didn't want to kill anybody. So I did enlist, but I went on working. I was working up at the Tradesman's National Bank in Philadelphia. And so one day I got my induction letter, so I had to report. I had to put in my whole year, and we were all ready. And boy, what a shadow went over our camp. Oh boy, the guys were so despondent when they heard of that about Pearl Harbor. And then we had to have a year or more in the service. Well, that was really hard to take. I didn't want to get in the infantry, as I was saying. And the good Lord took care of that. He knew how I felt. I was sent to Fort Knox. We went by train. At Fort Knox, they were all light and medium tanks. I didn't have to get in I was glad I didn't have to get in the outfit where I had to infantryman. That was the 81st Reconnaissance Battalion. Yeah, that's what it was, 81st of the 1st Order Division. And so we were the eyes and ears of the 1st Order Division, and we were always way out in the lead. And the idea was that if you saw anything of the enemy or so, if we spied that, you sent the notice back to our division headquarters, so they could go from there. I think I was loaded on the Queen Mary then, with about 14,000 of us on the Queen Mary. And it was so nice to be on that boat.
And where did that
I think we slept,
take you? Where did you leave?
I think we had 3 bunks high, something like that. It was really nice. And the dining room and everything where you ate was so nice. We came up between Ireland and, Scotland. Between Scotland and Ireland, we came up that, I forget what it is. I forget the name of the body of water. And we came up there, and then we unloaded from that ship, for the Queen Mary, onto barges or whatever, and it was taken to shore. We went all the way down to the bottom of Southampton. That's where we boarded the
Empress of Canada.
The Empress of Canada. That was another cruise ship, which took us to Oran, North Africa. The old rubble was really raising Cain down there in North Africa against the British and Americans, his troops. The Germans. Sergeant technician. I had 3 stripes and a T underneath. And I drove a light tank. Not only that, because I drove the first tank in the group. The 1st Army Division, I was the first tank driving. We were the eyes and ears of the 1st Army Division, and we were supposed to avoid any action at all. And we were supposed to just send back any news of see the enemy and all like that, information so they could use it, you know. When the Germans came down with their Messerschmitts and strafed our troops and tanks and everything, I felt so safe being in the tank. You bet I enjoyed the tank. When those Messerschmitts came over, oh boy, I was so thankful that I was placed in a tank. Yeah, we had to use one of those to shoot the planes when they were coming down and zooming over us, strafing us. Yeah, all the guys got on their guns up there. It was 4-man crew. There was Pappas. He was just a regular soldier. Pappas. And then there was Sergeant Howard. He was my tank commander. He was a staff sergeant. And he's a guy used to drink a lot, buy a lot of, go out and buy it. And then he would want to sleep. So what happened, he would sleep up there on the tank, on the receiver of the gun and everything, sleep there and left all the driving up to me. Oh boy. I was just walking by my tank. We were supposed to bed in our tanks, and that's when I would reach over for the first aid box. Yeah, so we reached over for that, and a German tanker, I guess, tank commander saw me. And he started shooting at me, but the bullets did come at me. It came in I guess I told you, came in like a clump. I saw it was this, I could see it was funny, I could see the bullets real plain. And they were all going at one spot, hitting the hood of my tank. And I didn't get anything. I knew then that the Lord was taking care of me. There was a big squad of other Americans who was infantry guys. And they'd been in the mountains a long time. And they said, let's try to get back to our own troops. And I thought I would too. So I joined them. And we started all marching in a flat, big area out there down in North Africa. And suddenly, we saw our convoy of our tanks and stuff, our vehicles, moving along. So we went on. I guess it was General Clark led us on. He was leading us. It was a big group of us, boys, walking up there. When we got up there, to a surprise, they were all dressed, Germans dressed in our outfits, driving our vehicles. And we walked right into it, and the tank came down, driver came down, and really good English, that's what he said, for you the war is over. He said in plain English, good English, he said to me. For you, I said, yeah. That's right, we were all put into I think down there in the southern part of Italy, I guess, was where we were put in a prison camp. I think we were put in planes, taken over their airplanes. Well, the Americans always were a cooperating group. They didn't make a lot of trouble for the Germans. We went along with them. It was something like that to load on, we just loaded on, that's all. Well, our bombers were going overhead. They always came over around noontime. and they would bomb the railroads. And they were overhead bombing. And so when one flight got by, the Germans quickly came and opened the doors and let us get out. Of course, when they came back, our bombers bombed our cars again, and lots of time there's only wheels left. And we were so happy to be to be free. Of course, the Germans, of course, they round us up again, you know. They always had to go and work for the Germans 6 days a week. Well, the Germans had to leave everything. So we said, heck, we're not going to leave all our stuff. We slept in 4 men to a tent. We said, why leave our things there exposed where the Germans can help themselves? So they said, we will select somebody. And I have a New Testament I was reading. I always carry with me. They said, select him. I said, oh, I know what I'm going to be. I'm going to be their chaplain. So every Sunday, when they came home from work around 6 o'clock, we had a church service. We sang hymns. I had a message for them and prayer. We had a regular service for them when they came home. That was a lot of fun. There was a group of guys, four fellows or so. They sang as a group. They sing hymns for us as part of the service. Really neat. They had a nice voice, a nice group.
You had Protestants and Catholics?
Oh yeah, they were all there.
All together?
We're just boys, that's all, fellows. Yeah, I didn't know who was what. What didn't matter.
No.
They got Red Cross boxes in the prison camp. And boy, they were very nice. See, you had five packs of cigarettes. You had a little package of sugar. There were sugar blocks. You could put it in your coffee, you know. Yeah, and we had the Spad and patty or something like that. A can of patty or paste, we called it. And one was corned beef. He was the German guard, and he probably had served in World War I, and he did not like the Nazis. So, you know, he was so good. We usually, in our Red Cross boxes, you always got to be, one of the items was a can of sardine. And the guys didn't like him, the sardine. So we all gave it to this guy. And boy, did he have a feast to this old fella. I bet he never ate like that before. He didn't get food like that from the Germans. All they had was, I think they only had mashed potatoes. They always carried the lunch cans. It was about like this. And yeah, it was always just mashed potatoes. And we were giving him good food. He's a great old guy. Funny, he did have, one day he had mail call. Had a long time. And I received 125 letters from Dot. I was married first to Dot. Before she died in a hospital. That's when I met Irene. I think there were 14 barracks with 200 barracks. It was divided in two. I mean, there was one barrack, but there were 200 guys in the front, 200 guys in the back, because in the middle was the wash-up places that had the spigots and everything where you could wash up. So we decided to play baseball. And each section, like each like the front would be one team, and the back, we were the Washington Senators. The team in back, I think might have been the Chicago Cubs, I don't know. So they had a regular schedule. I think we had 4 leagues, and we played. Oh yeah, because I know we had the American League, and like you say, we did have a National League, and there was always a World Series, and then there was 2 other leagues, smaller, the small league. Well, when they play, it was quite interesting. Everybody would come out and watch, you know. They had poker teams, like it would be maybe 6 guys playing on a table, and you had a bunch of them playing. Oh, those guys enjoyed playing poker. They didn't mistreat us at all. They may, at one time, made us go out and stand in the snow or something like that, with a snow or something like that. That's the only mistreat, and I don't think I was too bad. We celebrated Christmas, yeah, with decorations, anything like that. The GIs, you know, you used to put on a entertainment on it. They had like a big auditorium with a stage up front, and the GIs had made up their own entertainment. But all the Germans always sat on the first row, so you couldn't make any remarks for the Germans. But that was all right. They all sat there to watch. They came really, I think, to watch the show. It was something different. The GIs made up their own show like that every time. It was really neat. There was a nice stage, and it was really nice. And what happened, there was so many, it was maybe too many guys for the capacity of the auditorium. So you got a little yellow card. That was maybe for Friday. And you got maybe a green card. That meant maybe Thursday or something like that. The other card might be for Saturday. So you wouldn't jam up the hallway, the auditorium. And that was a good idea. So that's the only way you could get in. Had to have the proper color. All the Germans had left because the Russians were closing in on Berlin. And so this Russian armored car came into Stalag 3A where we were. They took over the whole camp and put guards at the door, and he started going through the fence, and we used to give like, well, maybe you should give him 3 cigarettes, something like that. But this time, I saw a hole in the fence there, and there was a German, it was a Russian guard, but he didn't say anything. He knew we were leaving, getting liberated. So I went through the fence, and I walked, I guess it was Americans, and I think it was British too. And we were all walking together down this road. And so finally I came to a small river. And then on the other side was an American. He says, "Hey guys, hurry up and get on to the footbridge. We close at 8 o'clock. So we all sped over there, and I guess we were fed our first white bread for a long time. You know, they had good quarters and everything. So glad to meet them. Yeah, they said, hurry, over there. We're going to close the bridge at 8. So boy, did we scamper over there. It was so nice to get over our own land. I know the most beautiful thing that came in sight was the Statue of Liberty. Boy, oh boy, what a cheer went out when we saw the Statue of Liberty coming into sight. Came home on a Liberty boat. I think I'm glad I served for my country. I think so very much.
Because your cause was just. Is that?
Yeah, that's right. It was just. I was fighting for all Americans.